How did it get to be where we're so dissatisfied with our partners after we waited so long and were so excited in the early stages of our relationships? And how is it now that we're totally dissatisfied with them? A lot of it has to do with porn addiction. It's something that our generation is facing. We are an overexposed generation. The passive viewing and curiosity of young boys at such an early age, I mean, like, no boys that were boys in my age ever saw this amount of naked women. This is something that is right there, free, available, and this is what is filling the minds of our youth. How does this happen? That's a good question. But it's happening. It's happening, and it's happening in great amount of, it's happening to great amounts of children. You know, there is a lack of education, you know, and there's a lack of role models who are willing to talk about sex with young children. And, you know, these kids are finding things out on their own, and they grow up, and then they're going to get married. And so then they get their training to be married, and the people teaching them have a lot of reservations about speaking about sex, because it's a subject that, you know, is something we don't discuss so easily. And so, what happens then is that now we're back on the internet again, trying to figure out how to do what we need to do. So it's all very understandable how it's all happening. But by the time it gets to us, you know, the counselors and the mentors, and when we get to see the problem, we're already dealing with, you know, a foregone conclusion that the marriage is not working out. You understand? Because it's like, this is betrayal on a lot of levels. You know, women cannot tolerate their husbands looking at naked women. And the idea that they have to stack up to, you know, such a situation is just bizarre. I mean, think about it. We all grew up on Hollywood, the marriages in Hollywood and all of that. That's the marriages you all wanted. We all wanted. Not one of our marriages looked like any of those things portrayed on Netflix. Not one of them. So when it comes down to, you know, being passive and viewing and watching people have sex, and then going home and expecting to go into the bedroom and having this take place with our wives, we are going to come up, or our husbands, we are going to come up short. The expectation is just way too much. So what are we supposed to do with this? Well, quite frankly, I don't know. I don't know, because I don't see this stopping anytime soon. You know, the curiosity level is not something that, you know, it's very difficult to deal with that. You know, this is an addiction. It's an addiction just like drinking and weed and you know, overeating and overspending. This is an addiction. So unless the person realizes that they're headed for the wall and destruction for themselves as well as their families, there isn't really anything that we can do, you know, except help pick up the pieces. So I urge you that if this is something that you're struggling with and you realize that you need help and you want help with this, to reach out. Don't suffer in silence. This isn't something that, you know, this is affecting. It's not like, you know, when you gain weight from overeating, it's just your body. This is something that's affecting your partner, it's affecting your children. It's just, and it's literally killing you.